Well, I don't know about you, but I find the dials on this, it's a 2021 plate Ducato-based motorhome. I found it really difficult to read the speedometer dial whilst going along. This is with the engine running, and this is with it stopped. So what I've done is bought a set of these replacement white dials, black on white dials, and I'm going to fit those. These come from Lockwood. They're not cheap, but they're properly made, the correct standards and the correct tooling. In order to get you've got to take the whole fascia out, and in order to get to them you've got two torque screws up under here, which I'll take those out first. Then this top cover lifts off. So, that's it. With that off, there's another pair of torque screws up the back here, so we'll get those off. And with that out the way, the whole fascia comes up, and you've got a single connector here which needs to be released. It comes off, and then we'll take this inside, get it on the bench, and get those changed. With it out and on the bench, the first thing to do is to take off the rear cover, and that's held in with these 4 clips. So we need to release those. With a small flat blade screwdriver, you can get up under here, slightly lever up the cowl, and then do them one by one, and then it will all pull loose. And with those all released, the rear cover simply comes off. And with those released and the back cover off, then the whole PCB and dials will come out. Now, what Lockwood say is it's very important to take photographs, good quality photographs, of the resting position of all of the needles, because that's obviously where the calibration of the speed and everything is. So I'm going to take some good quality photos of those. Next is to remove the 4 hubcaps from the needles, and these simply lever up if you get a small screwdriver. I found that if I insert my spudger under here and lever the back edge, then it tilts forward, and you can take them off. So we'll take all those off. Next is to remove this plastic mask, and this just really gently just clips off. So take that off. Then we can get at the dials themselves. So with that removed, we can then remove the existing fascia. Now they kind of clip on just around the central hub, but they're held together as a single unit using these little interconnecting bits, and I think we can possibly get it all off without cutting those, though there's no harm in cutting those. There it is. It does come off in one piece. Lockwood don't supply this black section here, which has got the headlight indicators on it, so I am going to have to cut these and replace that particular bit, but everything else is off quite nicely. And then the new dials can simply be slid over the needles to replace. So there's no need to actually remove the needles, and then because they're all the right size, they just clip into place like that. So we'll do the others. And then to get this one on, I think with both needles pointing up in the same direction and a slight twist of the actual dial material, and then everything clicks nicely into place. And what remains is to cut this down so that it remains in place. So I will do that. One moment, please. Just snipped through those two little tags. I've left these bits hanging down because I think that will help it locate very slightly better. I just moved the dials back to the end stop. You can feel them reach the end stop there, and compared it with the high resolution photographs I took, so to make sure I haven't accidentally twisted the actual needle on the stem of the stepper motor, and I haven't. And so all we have to do now is reverse the dismantling process. So put this back on and clip everything down, making sure that all of these are seated nicely. So I shall do that now. Don't forget to put the hubcaps back on. The front fascia, I've just given that a bit of a clean with a lint free cloth. Make sure there's no dust in there. Turn it over, and then finally this can go back on the back. Make sure all the clips are home and clipped down, and here we are. It's ready to go back in the van. Looks quite smart, I think. And there we are, with it all back in place. I've got to reset the clock, obviously. It's not Tuesday the 1st of January, but I'll change that. But yep, I can find that a lot easier to read now. That's with the engine running. That's with it off. So yeah, I think that's a worthwhile improvement.